The Stoics, throughout their long and meaningful lives, mastered the art of understanding human nature, including the psychology of women. Their wisdom teaches us that strength, confidence, and control over one's emotions are key traits that drive attraction. But what if we told you that some of the traits society labels as toxic masculinity are secretly craved by many women? Yes, you heard that right. Some of the traits that are often criticized have a deep-rooted psychological appeal that women can't resist. Stay with us until the end to uncover these shocking facts, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment below with your own thoughts or experiences. Now, let's dive into the 7 so-called toxic masculine traits that women secretly crave, starting with the first one. Chapter 1. Act Standoffish. The first trait on our list is a classic, the ability to be standoffish or emotionally controlled, a concept rooted in Stoicism. Women often find themselves drawn to men who maintain a sense of mystery and emotional restraint. This doesn't mean being cold or indifferent, but rather not wearing your heart on your sleeve. Men who embody a calm, stoic demeanor appear strong, collected, and in control of their emotions, qualities that are deeply attractive on a psychological level. Women are naturally attuned to emotional dynamics. They can sense vulnerability or emotional chaos quickly, and while vulnerability can be endearing at times, emotional restraint is often seen as a sign of inner strength. When a man is stoic, it creates a sense of intrigue, making him an emotional puzzle they want to figure out. This allure is not only rooted in curiosity, but also in a deep psychological appeal. Women tend to be drawn to the stability and leadership that emotional control represents. The appeal of Stoicism comes from its association with strength. Women may not always consciously realize it, but a man who doesn't let his emotions control him signals a level of dominance over his internal world. When emotions are handled with poise, especially in high-stress or intense situations, it shows that you are grounded, mature, and not easily swayed by external forces. This is a subtle but powerful trait that many women crave on an instinctual level. Women want to feel secure with a partner, and emotional control reflects that you won't crumble when the going gets tough. In contrast, a man who is overly reactive, emotionally impulsive, or erratic may trigger feelings of uncertainty or instability. The unpredictable nature of extreme emotional highs and lows can make women feel uneasy, leading them to question the man's ability to handle life's challenges. Women often look for men who can stand strong, offering a sense of emotional and psychological safety. This makes the stoic man, who can stay calm under pressure, a highly attractive figure. The key to embodying Stoicism is not to shut off all emotions, but to remain composed, especially in situations that could trigger intense feelings. Stoicism teaches that emotions are natural, but how we react to them is what defines our character. It's about not letting anger, jealousy, or fear drive your actions or dictate how you respond to others. Instead, you remain collected, taking a moment to process before reacting. This calm demeanor becomes even more appealing in today's fast-paced, emotionally volatile world where many people are quick to overreact. Another critical aspect of Stoicism is self-control. When a man can control his emotions while others panic or overreact, it demonstrates a level of maturity and confidence that goes beyond superficial traits. It shows that he can handle himself in difficult situations, which translates to a sense of security for the woman. She can trust that when things go wrong, he will remain calm, assess the situation, and handle it with wisdom and composure. This sense of stability is something many women find irresistibly attractive. But being emotionally standoffish doesn't mean being unavailable or emotionally distant. There's a delicate balance between being emotionally detached and being in control. Emotional control in a relationship doesn't mean shutting her out or being cold. It means engaging with her emotions thoughtfully while maintaining your sense of self and inner balance. Women crave men who are emotionally present yet controlled, men who can offer support, empathy, and understanding without becoming overwhelmed by their own emotions. Finally, acting standoffish can also build a sense of mystery that heightens attraction. Women are naturally curious about men who don't reveal everything about themselves right away. This sense of intrigue can make the relationship feel more like a journey of discovery, keeping her interested and engaged. When a man isn't constantly spilling his emotions or oversharing, it gives the woman room to wonder and anticipate, sparking that all-important psychological call. In short, Stoicism in men is not about being emotionless, but about mastering one's emotions. By staying calm, collected, and in control, you signal maturity, strength, and stability, traits that deeply resonate with women on a psychological level. When you embody this kind of emotional self-mastery, you become not only a source of intrigue, but also a figure of reliability, making you more attractive in a world filled with emotional unpredictability. Chapter 2. Be unavailable. One of the most counterintuitive psychological traits that very few men truly understand is the power of being unavailable. While it might sound like playing games, it's actually about creating an aura of independence and mystery that women find incredibly appealing. Women tend to be more attracted to men who are not always at their beck and call, and this stems from a deep-seated psychological drive for challenge and intrigue. When a man is too available, constantly seeking validation or attention, he loses that sense of allure. On the other hand, a man who is unavailable, who is focused on his own life, passions, and goals, naturally draws women in. There's something fascinating about a man who has his own life going on. When you're unavailable, it signals that you have important things to take care of, whether it's work, personal hobbies, or time with friends. Women don't want someone who's always free and easy to access because that signals a lack of purpose or ambition. They want a man who has a life full of passion and purpose, a man who isn't just sitting around waiting for their call. When you are unavailable, it creates a natural sense of scarcity. Scarcity in human psychology makes things more valuable. If a woman knows that you aren't always available, she values the time you do spend together even more. She becomes more invested because she realizes she doesn't have unlimited access to you. This taps into a primal instinct where people tend to want what they can't easily have. By being unavailable, you're positioning yourself as a challenge, and women often find that irresistible. However, it's essential to balance being unavailable with showing genuine interest. If you come across as completely indifferent or uninterested, it can push her away. The goal isn't to ignore her or make her feel unimportant, but to create a healthy distance that makes her want to close the gap. When you're too available, it can come off as needy or desperate, which is a major turn-off for most women. But when you're focused on your own pursuits, busy with your goals, and not always available, it signals that you're a man with options, and this confidence radiates attractiveness. Being unavailable doesn't mean ghosting or playing mind games. It's about cultivating an independent life where your focus isn't solely on the relationship. By maintaining this independence, you naturally become more desirable because you project confidence and self-sufficiency. Women want to be with someone who adds value to their lives, not someone who is entirely dependent on them for validation and happiness. Women are often drawn to men who are mysterious, and part of that mystery comes from not always knowing what you're up to. If you're constantly updating her on your whereabouts or always available to hang out at a moment's notice, the mystery fades quickly. When a woman wonders what you're doing or where you are, she becomes more invested in you. This keeps her engaged and interested as she starts to imagine the possibilities of your life outside of her. Furthermore, when you're unavailable, it forces her to step up and make an effort. Women are more attracted to men who don't make themselves too easy to obtain. When you're always there, answering texts instantly and canceling plans to see her, it can feel like you're sacrificing too much of your own life. In contrast, being unavailable encourages her to invest more in the relationship, to chase you a bit, and to appreciate the time you do spend together. Ultimately, being unavailable is about creating a healthy dynamic where both people value their time together. By focusing on your own life and not making yourself too available, you're sending a clear message: you're a man with purpose, ambition, and independence. And these are qualities that women secretly crave, even if they don't always admit it. Chapter 3: Overly passionate about anything. Another psychological trick that only a small percentage of men understand is the importance of being overly passionate about something. This might seem surprising, but women are instinctively drawn to men who are deeply invested in their interests, whether that's a hobby, a career, or a personal mission. When a man is genuinely passionate about something, it shows that he has drive, ambition, and focus, qualities that women find incredibly attractive. Passion, in any form, radiates energy, and that energy can be contagious. There's a certain magnetic appeal to someone who is fully absorbed in what they love. Whether it's music, sports, art, or even a niche interest, the intensity with which a man pursues his passion signals that he's not only self-motivated but also capable of deep commitment. This level of dedication can be incredibly attractive to women because it suggests that the man has depth and purpose beyond the surface level. Women want to be with someone who has a full life, filled with goals and passions, because it adds complexity and excitement to the relationship. From a psychological standpoint, when you're passionate about something, it makes you stand out from the crowd. Most people go through life with a sense of monotony, but someone who is genuinely driven by passion adds a layer of unpredictability and excitement. Women often find this unpredictability thrilling because it breaks the norm of daily life. The passion itself doesn't necessarily have to align with her interests. It's the energy and dedication you bring to it that matters most. Moreover, being overly passionate about something also shows that you're not afraid of commitment. When a man can dedicate himself to his passions, it signals to a woman that he's capable of putting in the time and effort needed to nurture something he cares about. This translates to relationships as well. If you're committed to your passions, it implies that you have the potential to be equally committed to a partner, which can be a very appealing trait. However, it's important to note that passion should never turn into obsession. There's a fine line between being passionate and neglecting other aspects of your life. The key is to demonstrate your passion in a way that highlights your dedication without making it seem like the only thing that matters to you. Women are attracted to men who are passionate but still maintain balance and control over their lives. In essence, being overly passionate about something shows that you have fire, drive, and ambition, traits that women find intoxicating. When you care deeply about something, it brings out a more authentic and energetic version of yourself, and that energy is often irresistible. Chapter 4: Be difficult, not easy. This might seem counterintuitive, but being difficult rather than easy is another psychological trick that can work in your favor. Many men make the mistake of being too accommodating, always going with the flow and never challenging anything. While it's essential to be respectful and kind, being too easy can often come across as boring or predictable. Women are naturally more drawn to men who challenge them intellectually and emotionally, and this means not always being easy to please or impress. When you're a bit difficult, you automatically stand out from the crowd, and this keeps the dynamic fresh and intriguing. When you're difficult in a healthy way, it keeps her on her toes. It shows that you have standards, boundaries, and your own opinions, which can be highly attractive. Women appreciate men who have a backbone and are not afraid to stand their ground. This doesn't mean being rude or argumentative, but rather having the confidence to express your views, preferences, and desires, even when they differ from hers. Showing that you won't just agree for the sake of agreement signals that you're your own person, which is a key component of what women are instinctively looking for: a partner who brings their own individuality and independence to the table. Being difficult also creates a sense of challenge, and women often find challenges appealing. When something or someone is too easy to obtain, it can lose its value quickly. By being difficult, you're setting the stage for her to invest more effort into winning your approval or affection. This adds a deeper level of psychological engagement in the relationship because it taps into the natural human instinct to pursue what seems elusive or harder to attain. If you're too easygoing or agreeable, she might subconsciously feel that she doesn't have to work as hard to keep your interest, which can make the relationship feel less exciting. At the same time, being difficult shows that you have your own life, goals, and priorities. You're not just bending over backward to accommodate her every whim, which makes you more desirable because it demonstrates independence and self-respect. Women want to be with men who are strong enough to assert themselves rather than men who are willing to be molded to fit whatever the woman wants. By being difficult, you project confidence and high standards, which women secretly crave. It's not about being a contrarian for the sake of it, but rather showing that you have a clear vision for your own life and relationships, and that you're not afraid to stand by that vision. When a man is difficult in the right way, it can make him seem more exciting and less predictable. Predictability can be comforting in small doses, but over time, it can drain the excitement out of a relationship. Women often enjoy a partner who keeps them guessing, who introduces a sense of adventure, even if that adventure is as subtle as a differing opinion or a refusal to follow every expectation. By occasionally being hard to read or slightly challenging, you maintain an element of mystery, which keeps her intrigued and wanting to know more about you. Women also tend to respect men who don't crumble at the first sign of disagreement. When you stand firm on your beliefs or preferences, it signals that you're not afraid of conflict and that you're emotionally mature enough to handle differences. This doesn't mean you're constantly seeking to argue or be contrary, but rather that you're willing to engage in healthy debate and dialogue without immediately yielding. A man who can do this with tact and respect shows strength of character, something women deeply admire. Moreover, by being difficult, you're also demonstrating that you are selective about who you give your time and energy to. This selectiveness can elevate your perceived value in her eyes because she understands that you don't simply settle for anyone or anything. You have standards, and that makes her want to work harder to meet them. The effort she puts into getting your attention or keeping your interest becomes more meaningful, and as a result, she values the relationship more. It's a basic principle of psychology: the more we invest in something, the more we care about it. Being difficult also serves another critical purpose: it builds respect. If you're always accommodating and never challenge her or push back, she may subconsciously start to lose respect for you. On the other hand, if you're difficult when it comes to things that matter to you, whether it's your personal boundaries, opinions, or goals, she will respect that you're a man of principle. And respect is a foundational element of attraction. Without it, even the strongest physical chemistry can fade quickly. Additionally, being difficult can inject a sense of playful tension into the relationship. It can create moments of banter, light teasing, or friendly debates that spark emotional engagement. These interactions keep the relationship lively and help prevent things from becoming too routine or stale. When you occasionally throw her off balance by challenging her or not being immediately agreeable, it keeps things interesting and adds a dynamic energy that many women find irresistible. Ultimately, being difficult in a healthy, controlled manner signals that you are confident, assertive, and independent, traits that women are evolutionarily programmed to seek in a partner. It shows that you value yourself, your time, and your energy enough to not just give them away freely. Women don't want a pushover. They want a man who challenges them and who they can respect, someone whose attention feels earned rather than easily given. By embracing this idea of being difficult, you create a dynamic where she values you more, craves your attention, and respects the strength of your character. At the end of the day, being difficult isn't about playing mind games or being unnecessarily stubborn. It's about showing that you're a person with standards, opinions, and a sense of self-worth that can't easily be compromised. By maintaining this stance, you naturally attract women who value these traits and are willing to put in the effort to earn your attention. and that, in itself, can create a much deeper, more rewarding connection. Chapter 5. Be aggressive. In today's society, aggression often gets a bad reputation. However, when channeled correctly, a certain level of aggression or assertiveness can be incredibly attractive to women. It's important to clarify that we're not talking about toxic aggression or any form of violence. Instead, we are focusing on a sense of intensity, boldness, and directness that signals strength and confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and aren't afraid to go after it, and this kind of controlled aggression can add an exciting dynamic to a relationship. Aggression in this context means being assertive, taking the lead, and showing that you're willing to fight for what you believe in or what you want. It's about having an edge that keeps things exciting, making women feel like they're with someone who can handle life's pressures. This kind of aggression is not about being rude or disrespectful, but rather about embracing a sense of purpose and decisiveness that signals you're in control. Women crave men who are bold enough to make moves, speak their minds, and stand up for themselves and their partners. When you demonstrate this kind of controlled aggression, it shows that you're capable of leading and handling challenges head-on. There's something inherently magnetic about a man who knows how to channel his intensity in a way that creates excitement rather than fear. Women often find it thrilling to be with someone who can switch between being calm and collected to assertive and dominant when necessary. It adds depth and dimension to your personality, making you more unpredictable, which keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging. This controlled aggression demonstrates that you have the strength and power to protect and provide, qualities deeply rooted in human evolutionary psychology. Women are hardwired to seek out men who can handle difficult situations, and showing this kind of strength is a major attractor. Additionally, being aggressive in this way shows that you are not passive in life. You don't wait for things to happen, you make them happen. This proactive approach is something many women find incredibly appealing because it aligns with a man's traditional role as a protector and provider. When you're able to demonstrate that you're willing to take action, whether it's in your career, personal life, or relationship, it sends a strong message that you're a doer, not just a dreamer. Women appreciate men who are forward-thinking, decisive, and ready to take risks when necessary. Women are also attracted to a certain level of dominance in men, and controlled aggression is often seen as a manifestation of that dominance. This isn't about controlling the other person, but rather showing that you have control over your own life and circumstances. It's about setting boundaries, taking charge when the situation demands it, and showing resilience when faced with challenges. A man who can assert himself in a confident and respectful manner often stands out in a crowd, as many women are drawn to that strength of character. Moreover, controlled aggression shows that you are not afraid to take risks or stand your ground. Whether it's in a social situation, at work, or in a relationship, the ability to assert yourself firmly, yet respectfully, makes you more appealing because it demonstrates self-confidence. When women see that you can handle confrontations, overcome obstacles, and stay focused on your goals without being easily swayed, it reassures them that they're with someone who's capable of providing stability. It's a form of confidence that resonates on a deep psychological level because it signals that you won't back down easily in the face of adversity. Aggression also ties into passion. Men who are intense about their goals, hobbies, and relationships often exhibit this kind of energy. When you care deeply about something, it naturally brings out a level of assertiveness and drive that women find attractive. Passion, when expressed through controlled aggression, shows that you are fully engaged in life, that you have a purpose, and that you're willing to go after it. This intensity often fuels the chemistry between two people, making the relationship more vibrant and dynamic. At the end of the day, controlled aggression shows that you're not afraid to take risks or stand your ground, projecting confidence and dominance, which are traits women are instinctively drawn to. When balanced with emotional intelligence and respect, this type of aggression can create a powerful and compelling dynamic. It communicates that you're not just a passive observer of life, but an active participant, someone who is ready to face challenges and protect what's important to you. Women want to feel safe and secure, and when they see that you possess the strength to assert yourself, it satisfies that primal need for protection and leadership. So, while aggression may have negative connotations in some contexts, the key is to understand the difference between harmful aggression and assertive, controlled intensity. Women are often attracted to men who can strike that balance, someone who can be both calm and assertive, gentle and dominant, depending on the situation. This kind of dynamic keeps the relationship balanced and engaging, and it's a trait that many women secretly crave, even if they don't always admit it. Chapter 6: Be unapologetically authentic. One of the most magnetic traits that women secretly crave is when a man is unapologetically authentic. In a world where people are often trying to fit in or please others, a man who is completely comfortable in his own skin stands out in a major way. Authenticity means being true to who you are, regardless of what others think or expect from you. Women are naturally drawn to this type of man because he exudes a sense of confidence and self-assuredness that is incredibly appealing. Being unapologetically authentic doesn't mean being rude or dismissive of others. It means embracing your quirks, interests, and values without feeling the need to hide or change them for anyone. When you are true to yourself, it signals to women that you are secure in who you are and that you don't need external validation to feel good about yourself. This level of self-confidence is extremely attractive because it shows that you are independent and emotionally strong. Women appreciate authenticity because it fosters a deeper emotional connection. When you're not trying to play a role or pretend to be something you're not, it's easier for a woman to trust and connect with you. She doesn't have to second-guess your intentions or wonder whether you're being genuine. This transparency builds trust and allows for a more meaningful relationship. In contrast, men who try too hard to impress or conform to societal expectations can come across as inauthentic, which often leads to disinterest. Moreover, being unapologetically authentic also means owning your flaws. No one is perfect, and women don't expect perfection. What they do find appealing is a man who can acknowledge his imperfections without shame. If you're willing to be vulnerable and show who you really are, it creates a space for deeper intimacy and connection. Women find this level of self-awareness and honesty incredibly attractive because it shows emotional maturity. Another key aspect of authenticity is that it demonstrates a strong sense of identity. When a man knows who he is and what he stands for, it signals that he has direction and purpose in life. Women are drawn to men who have a clear sense of self because it suggests that they are capable of making decisions, setting boundaries, and maintaining a healthy balance in their relationships. Being unapologetically authentic means you're not afraid to speak your mind or stand up for your beliefs, which is a trait women often admire. In a world where people are constantly curating their lives to appear a certain way, authenticity shines through like a beacon. Women crave this realness because it provides a sense of security and stability. When you're unapologetically authentic, you're not playing games or trying to manipulate the situation. You're just being you, and that level of honesty is rare and valuable. It's the kind of energy that makes women want to invest more of themselves in you because they feel like they're getting the real deal. Chapter 7: Be strong-minded. Assertiveness is another powerful trait that women secretly crave in men, and it's often mistaken for aggression or dominance. But being assertive is about standing your ground, making your voice heard, and taking charge when necessary without being overbearing. Women are naturally drawn to men who are strong-minded, who know what they want and aren't afraid to go after it. Assertiveness shows that you have confidence in your decisions and that you're not easily swayed by others, which can be incredibly attractive. A strong-minded man doesn't back down easily. He knows his values, beliefs, and boundaries, and he upholds them with conviction. This doesn't mean he's unwilling to compromise or listen, but he's not a pushover either. Women respect and are drawn to men who can assert themselves because it shows leadership and strength. When you're strong-minded, you project an aura of reliability and dependability, which are traits women often seek in a long-term partner. Being assertive also means taking initiative. Whether it's in planning dates, making decisions, or addressing issues that arise, women appreciate men who don't hesitate to step up. This doesn't mean taking control of everything or ignoring her input, but it's about demonstrating that you are capable of leading and handling situations with confidence. Women want to feel like they're with someone who can take charge when needed and who won't shy away from responsibility. At the same time, assertiveness goes hand in hand with respect. A strong-minded man respects others' boundaries just as much as he upholds his own. He doesn't force his will onto others, but makes his stance clear in a way that fosters mutual understanding. Women find this balance of strength and respect incredibly attractive because it shows emotional intelligence and maturity. It's the difference between being a leader and being a dictator. Assertiveness is about leading with confidence while still being mindful of the other person's feelings and perspectives. Another reason why assertiveness is so appealing to women is that it signals decisiveness. A man who is assertive knows what he wants, and that kind of certainty is magnetic. When you're able to make decisions confidently and stand by them, it relieves a lot of the emotional labor that often falls on women in relationships. Women don't want to feel like they have to make all the decisions or lead all the time. They crave a partner who can share that load. Assertiveness shows that you are capable of doing just that, and it makes you more attractive because it taps into that deep-rooted desire for stability and leadership. Being strong-minded also demonstrates that you're not easily shaken by external pressures. In today's fast-paced, high-stress world, a man who can remain calm, composed, and assertive in the face of challenges is incredibly desirable. Women want to feel safe and protected, and a man who can assert himself and navigate through life with confidence provides that sense of security. It's a sign of strength, not just physical, but emotional and mental strength, which are qualities that women often prioritize in a partner. In essence, being strong-minded and assertive is about embodying confidence without arrogance, leadership without control, and strength without intimidation. These are the traits that women often crave because they signal that you're not only capable of handling life's challenges, but that you're also a man worth investing in. In this episode, we've uncovered some of the most surprising and often misunderstood traits that women secretly crave in men. From being stoic and unavailable to unapologetically authentic and assertive, these qualities tap into the deep-rooted psychology of attraction. While some of these traits might seem toxic or controversial on the surface, when balanced with respect, maturity, and emotional intelligence, they can create a dynamic that keeps women irresistibly drawn to you. But remember, there's always room for exceptions. Not every woman is the same, and what one might find attractive, another may not. The key takeaway here is that women are often drawn to qualities that reflect strength, confidence, and a sense of purpose, traits that can sometimes blur the line between what is traditionally considered toxic and what is genuinely appealing. So, if you've recognized yourself in any of these traits, don't be afraid to embrace them in a balanced, respectful way. Women often crave that sense of mystery, strength, and leadership in men. But as always, be mindful, stay true to yourself, and never forget to keep growing in emotional intelligence. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or personal experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we dive even deeper into the fascinating world of female psychology.